Okay, good afternoon, students. Uh, okay, we start the class in just 2 minutes. Okay, just we recall what we have discussed in the previous classes. Now, actually, we have done customer registration. I think, yeah. Let me open that page. Okay, actually, we have done with the customer registration and registration process. Means we have successfully inserted the customer data into the database. Okay, and now today we will view the customers in the admin page where the admin has to be accept and reject the busy customer so that the customer can be login. Okay, so we will see that in the today's class. So let's wait for 2 minutes. uh Join anybody. Let's go into the class. Yeah, now we need to display the users for the admin. Okay, so now I want to display the customers who have registered for our project. Okay, for our application. So then displaying the particular user, we need to, based on his status, in the yesterday, we have created the status in the database, right? So in that status, on status is when he registered, the status will be pending. Okay, so whoever the status is on the pending, so we need to accept that particular user so that he can log in. Okay, so now let's go to the admin header first. So this is in a header, home page, change password, log it is there, right? So here let me create one more header. Okay, okay, and the home page, let me take as a view customers. Okay, so here let me create one file for the view customers. So let me say the admin view customers.jsp. Okay, so now let me create this page. New JSP file. Okay, now I created one file. Okay, let's see first by running the program. Let me run this program and see if we are able to create the header or not. Is it visible in? Is it visible in our application? Okay. So yeah, now the system. Okay. So here go logged in into the admin and in the okay. Let me bring back this button to here. Go to the Eclipse. Okay, one second. Let me share the entire screen. Then. So that's something else. Okay. Now, yeah, you can see my entire screen right now. So let me go to the Eclipse. Now here we are, right? So in the admin page, I don't want that. So this is right has to be filtered. I think you don't need for this. Okay, so now here. So what are the admin details here? On our SQL, okay, on our database, where is that? Aurora project, right? In the admin, in the table, see here we have admin@gmail.com and the root. So let me enter that admin@gmail.com and root. Okay, so see here in our header, we can see the view customers, change password and the log. Okay, so go to that Eclipse admin header. Let me remove this back here so that. So now we need to create the admin view customers. Okay, and now we have created the view customer page also. Okay, see it's showing nothing because in our view admin view customers we didn't use any head links or header or footer or we didn't written any code. Okay, include file equals to head links, right? Head links dot JSP. One second. So which now let me take the admin header, include file equals to admin header dot JSP. So here I think we have the admin header not underscore, right? So and the footer also. The rate include file equals to footer dot JSP. So now see when we refresh this, we can see the header and the footer here. Okay, we can see the header and footer. Just one second, let me edit this. Okay, so so start. We have footer and the header. So when I click on the view customers, we are in this page. So what we need here, we need the banner area and we need the list of all the users which are present in our database. So I'm just selecting the banner for our view customers. admin view customers. Okay, view customers, and here I want to create one table and also section. Inside the section, I want to take one div and the class as a container. So in that container, I want to take one table. Okay, and want to take our tables class as uh, table table border. Okay, table and table border. So make your review customers. We have created one section. On the second. Yeah, here now the T R in the table. So in the table we have T head. Okay, and we have the T body. Okay, so in the T head table row, the T head in the row, I want to give the headings of the particular. Okay, so let me give the serial number as a first header and the full name as a second header. So whatever the database we have the details of the particular user, like in the customers page, I want to show that every details, not the password, but full name, email, mobile, date of birth, gender, address, and the registered date. So full name, email, file, gender, the address, and the date. And the date. And I want to show the status of the particular customer also. Okay, status of the particular customer also. So now status of the particular customer, and along with that I want to take some actions, right? Like I want to accept and reject the particular customer, so I want to take the actions heading for the table. So refresh this, so you can see the header for the particular section. In the section, let me give the so that you can get some gap here. Okay, section. Yeah. Now let me create the T body now. Okay. So for the T body, where we can get the body of the T body. So the T body is nothing but the details from the customer. Okay. Details from the customer. So we need to connect the database for the customer. So let me connect the database by including the database file. INCLUD file equals to db.jsp. Okay, so now we are connected with the database. So in the T body, okay, inside the T body, I'm using the scriptlet tags to write the Java code. So the try, let me write the try and catch block. Exception e dot print characters. Now inside this, let me write the statement, repair statement, ps equals to con dot repair statement. What is the query I need? I need every customer, whoever present in our a database table. So what is a table name? Customers. Okay. So here I'm using the select keyword to retrieve the data. Select everything from the customers. Okay. And semicolon. Now we need to hold the data, whatever the when we are executing this query, the result will be hold in the result set. So I am using the result set rs equals to ds dot execute query. So we need to go through each and every loop to get the each record. Each record means the each row. Each row means here when I click on the customer, so this is in a row, okay? So now one record. So I want to get the details of this particular person. So we need to iterate through the each and every row. So while rs dot next. So inside this while loop, we have the data. So now what we need, I need to end the scripted tag and open the tag. Okay, in between the in between these, so I want to open the table row. Okay, to open the table row, and I want to include the table data for the particular column. Okay, this is in a serial number, and I'm just taking one count variable here, count equal to 0. Okay, so and why I'm taking the count here means if there is no data present in the customers, so we need to know and we need to display in the table that there is no data in the customers table. So when it enters a while loop, I'm increasing that count value. Okay, I'm increasing that count value. So if the data is there, then the count value will be increases. So we can neglect that message. So here we can, if count equal to 0, then we need to display the message as there is no data. So I'm just ending and opening the scriptlet tags to write the okay like tr td to so here you can say no data found. Okay, no data found. And here in the TD column, you can give the call span equals to what are the how many columns we have, like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So the call span means it will merge every column of that table. So I'm just taking the 9 and just giving some style here, and the style will be text align. I want to display this text in the center of the table. Okay, center form. Okay, if there is no data, this message will be displayed. Okay, if the data is present, then count value will be increases and it will neglect this code. Okay, why? Because we just asserted that count, if it is count is equal to 0, then only you need to display this date, this message. So here in the TD, what is the first column, which is nothing but a serial number. So what is the serial number we can give? We can give the serial ID of the okay from here CID. So we need to display that data in our application table. So to represent the data in the page, okay, we use the expression tags rs dot. So the result is there present in the rs object. Okay, so rs dot get, what is the type of that? Get integer of 1. Okay, so now see here when I refresh it, see you can get the serial number as 1. So just like that, we need to retrieve every value. Okay, we need to retrieve every value. It's nothing but we have written everything in the second. So here see you can, when I refresh the you customer, so you can get the name. So just like that, let me retrieve everything. So so status we are, oh sorry, we missed something. What is that? See here, we are getting the mail, but we are retrieving the password also. So we don't need the password, right? So which is in the column 4. So we need to neglect that 4. So here we need to give the 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let me save this. Okay. And here we're doing the data, mobile number. So here we miss the date of birth. So let me add that, the header, th, date of birth. Okay. So now let's see. Okay, you get the date of birth, gender, address, date, and status and actions. So status in the which column? Is in the 10th column. So I'm just taking one. See here we are getting the status as a pending, and when there is status as a pending, okay, so we can show the actions as accept and reject. Okay, if it is accepted, you can simply show the accepted, but if you want to show every time accept and reject, so you can. Okay, so here after the status, I'm taking the TD. Okay, inside the TD, I'm taking two hyperlinks, one for accepting the user and one for rejecting the user. Okay, one for rejecting the user. So see here you're getting the two, and I want to give the class for the both anchor links, and I'm just let me take the generic button info for the accept, and for the reject, let me take the class is equal to generic button danger. Okay, so when I refresh this again, see you have get the two buttons. So we create a gap between both. So I'm one. Okay, so now I need to place a two hyperlinks. Okay, so I need to use a two hyperlinks to accept and reject the particular user. So I'm using here h reference. I'm giving the h reference address as an admin accept customer. So you need to take the ID of that person. Okay, I already explained about all these things, right? Update and delete. We have done updated, right? So it's just like an update. Okay, so you just want to change the status update as from pending to accepted, reject, pending to rejected. So when you click on the reject, okay, you need to take the ID of the particular user to the targeted page, and then you need to update that status from pending to the accept or reject. Okay, so JSP question mark. So for this particular ID, so ID equals to, so what is the ID of this particular user? Where it is stored? It was in the first column of our database in the customers table. Customers table. So I'm just taking rs dot get int of rs dot get int of 1. So it's just same as accept. Let me take the h reference for the reject. So here admin reject customers. Okay, admin reject customers dot JSP. So which customer you are, if you want, so you need to take the ID of that particular customer. So in the expression tag, I am taking that particular user ID. Okay, particular user ID. So when you click on the reject button, I want to show one alert message. So when on click equals to, okay, on click equals to return confirm. Okay, so I'm just asking him to do you want to reject? Okay, do you want to reject? So I want to take the single code here. So now we will see, refresh, see. So when I click it on the reject button, see it asking me, do you want to reject that particular user or not? So when I click on OK, so it will go to that page. If I click it on the cancel, it will not go to that page. Okay, so it will return to the same page. Now Yeah, here, right? So we displayed the particular user also. So first we need to update the user status from pending to the accept. So let me create one page for accepting the code. Okay, we need to write the code for that. Admin accept customer. So here what we need to just, this is a backend process. So I'm just including the headlinks.jsp. Okay, so the body, I want to connect with the database because I need to change the status of the particular customer from pending to the accepted. So include file equals to db.jsp, and then we need to retrieve the ID of that particular person, and we need to write the prepared statements. In that, we need to write the query to update the status, and we need to navigate him to the same admin view customers. So here, let me start with the try and catch. Okay, try and catch. Description e dot print progress. Okay, so inside the print progress, you can also print it out here. Out dot print ln error message e dot get message. Okay, so we need to retrieve the ID of the particular person, right? So when we click on the accept button, we are retrieving the ID also. We are sending the ID of the particular customer. So we need to pass that into the integer, which is in the string. So integer pass int of request dot get parameter request dot get parameter. So what we have given the ID, we have given the ID as, right, ID. So then we need to prepare statement ts equals to con dot, so this has to be prepare on prepare statement, con dot prepare statement. Inside this we need to write the select everything from, okay, sorry, we need to update the status. So we need to write the update, what is the table name, customers. Okay, update customers. So what we need to update the status column. So we need to set, okay, update, set update, sorry, set, what is the column name, status equals to, in the single quotes I want to give the message as a accepted. So where, okay, where the customer see the column name is status, where the CID, so that is a ID, right, the particular user, where CID equals to question mark. So we need to set the ID for that column placeholder, set int of 1 comma ID. Okay, now we need to execute this, so that will be in the integer format. So ps dot execute update. Okay, so we need to check if r is greater than 0. So then we need to get alert script as profile accepted successfully. I'm sending simple alert to the admin. Okay, you have successfully accepted particular user, and I'm just navigating him by using the include file page equals to admin. Okay, admin view customers page dot JSP. Okay, so here in the else, so I want to take the same and I want to navigate the same page, admin view customers, but here if it is not executed, so what is the output? We need to give the alert fail to accept. Okay, fail to accept. Please try again. Okay, please try again. So now we are done with an acceptance go. So let's try and see whether the status is accepting or not. Okay, so here we are in the view customers. We displayed all the users and I want to click the accept button. Oh my god, we are getting an error once again. So we have done something wrong. Where is that? Sorry, here itself. Okay, let me refresh this. See the profile I accepted successfully. When I click it on OK, see the status has changed from pending to accepted. So now we will do the reject code. So the reject code is just same like this. Okay, we will retrieve the ID, but here instead of accept, we will change the status to the rejected. Okay, where CID is equals to same. So just let's copy this page. And where is that? Admin view customers, admin reject customers, right? So let me create one page as admin reject customers, admin reject customers dot JSP. Okay, so here let me paste that. Okay, so instead of accept and just giving the rejected message and the alert, I am changing to the rejected and I want to navigate into the same admin view customers page. Fail to reject. Okay, so let's see now. Okay, just refresh or click on the view. I want to reject this particular person, so it's asking me, do you want to reject? Okay, I want to reject. So uh, it takes the ID of the particular user to the backend process code. Okay, then it will update the status from accepted to the rejected. So it successfully rejected. So see, the change has been okay. The status has been changed. Now in the admin only, we will add the notifications. So if you want to send any notifications to the customers, okay, you need to add that notification. So let me create the header here like a notifications and we will add the notifications. So that notification will be stored in the database. So for the customers, we need to retrieve that customers are notifications data and we need to show that in the customers page. Okay, let me where is the admin header? So here itself, right? So here I am adding one more header. Here I'm adding one more header as notification. So I think here we need to take the drop down because I'm just giving the notifications there. You can give the add notifications and view notifications. So I'm here taking the notification. So in one of these two drop downs, I want to take one as add notification, okay, and another one as view notifications. So now when I click on the add notifications, I have to create one page for add notifications. There we need to take the input from the admin. Okay, so I'm just assuming as a developer, so we need to take the input from the admin. So there we can use the add notifications. So we need to give the title of that notification and the description. Okay, so here let me create one page as admin add notifications dot JSP and here admin view notifications, admin view notifications dot JSP. Now I created I didn't create it, but I given the names. Let me create the file names. So here this is an admin notifications, right? So add notifications. So let me take the headlinks file equals to headlinks dot JSP, and I need to take the admin header because admin add notification is in the admin header dot JSP, and I want to take the footer also. Include file equals to footer. Now I created the add notifications page, and now let me create the add view notifications page. View notifications page. So this is also we need to show to the particular user. So this is in a front end page. Include file headlink. So we need to take all the headlinks, header, and the footer. So whatever the backend process, or with there we don't need the headers and the footers. File equals to what is the header? Admin header dot JSP, and we have the footer and include file equals to footer, and I will take the banner also. So let me take the banner from admin page, banner area. So where is that? Admin and notification, right? So here let me give the name as add notification. Okay, in the view notifications. Okay, in the view notifications, let me give the banner I view notifications. So let me refresh this once. Okay, profile rejected successfully, and see, you can see the drop down for the notifications. One is add notification and another one is view notifications. So when I click on add notifications, you can get the add notification page and view notification page. In the add notification page, we need to take the title and the description for that notifications, and we need to submit. So that data has to be stored in our database. So let's create. Okay, so admin and notification. So here we need to take the title and the description. So for that, let me take the contact, like this is in a form page. So and notifications. So here we have the, let me take that as title and description. So that is the description as a type of a text area. Okay. Description to enter description, enter title, and let me change the ID and the name of this. Okay, title and ID as a description, name as a description. Okay, so let's save this, and when all the title and description has entered, okay, and here I want to give the max length also. The description length has to be only 2 characters, so we give as a 2 characters, and you can also give the title here. Okay, so you can just give the message like you have the actors. Okay, so here let me refresh this. So you can see the title and the description. So let me change the value here as login to add. So now you can get here add notifications. So when I click add buttons, so it asks. So when we submit the data, so that data has been stored. So for that, we need to write the code for the processing the data. So retrieving the data and store it in our database. So add notification process. Let me create the page as a add notification process page. So JSP file notification process. So here I'm just including the headlinks. So, headlinks.jsp. So whatever the data he has entered, that has to be stored in the database. So we need to connect it with the database. So I'm just including the database file, and we need to retrieve the data first. So let me write the try and catch. Section e dot print track race, and to print it out, print ln as error message e dot get message. Now in the try block, I will retrieve the title. Okay, request dot get parameter of title. Okay, and the description, and that description and the title has to be saved in our database. So description. So for that, let me write the statement. Prepare statement ps equals to con dot prepare statement insert into. Let us assume we have created the notifications table. Inside that, I want to insert the data title and the description. So two values. So for the two values, we need to place the two placeholders, and we need to set the values for those two placeholders. String title ps dot set string of 2 comma this. Okay, so we need to execute this query, right? So it will give you the result in the integer ps dot execute update, and we need to check if r is greater than 0, then the query is executed successful. If not, it will go to the else part. So here, let me end this. Let's open it. So inside here, let me give an alert as a script. So alert notification added successfully, and I want to navigate him to check the notifications which we have added. So page, and I'm just navigating him to admin queue notifications dot jsp page. So this data has to be failed to add. Okay, failed to add. Please try again. So again, we are showing the admin view notifications. So first, we need to create the notifications table in our SQL. So go to the SQL, remove this, and create a table of a notifications, and let's give the notifications ID as an NID, and begin primary key auto increment. So, okay, auto increment, and the title has to be in the varchar and the description I'm taking in the text. Whenever that notification added, I just want to take that time and date. So in date, date and time, okay, date and time, default current timestamp. Okay, so on this, so the created table notifications, okay, so there are zeros executed, the query is executed, one is success. So let me refresh this, and here we can see the notifications table. So let me to here. So here you can add the table, and in the admin view notifications, where is that? Admin view notifications. Let me create the table for the notifications. So just simply create the section. So here let me create the one container in that section. Okay. So inside container, okay. So let me take one table. So inside the table, we take the T head and the T body. Okay. So use the class for this table as table, and the table border, table border, and the T head. The T head, let me take the T row. Okay. Table row and the header as a SN row, serial number, and the title of that particular notification, title of that particular notification, and the description. Okay, and we also saved the date, right? So let me take the date and the action. Okay, so if you want to delete that particular notification, you have to delete it. So in the T body, I'm using scripted tags to retrieve that data from the database. So try catch exception e dot print, sorry, print, okay, print factors in the try and catch method. So we need to connect with the database. So let me include the database here. Load file whenever you want to like manage the data, or if you want to insert the data, delete the data, you need to connect with the database. So on the try, write the prepared statement, PS equals to con dot prepare statement, select everything from, so from what is the table name here, they created the notifications, right? So select everything from the notifications, and we need to save the data in the result set. Okay, so this result set will hold the data, so we need to execute that query. Okay, so after executing that query, we need to iterate through the each row. Okay, next. Now here we will retrieve the data. So let me in the script tags open it, and inside that let me open the tr tag. Okay, table row. So in that table row, I'm using the td. Okay, what is the id of that? So it's in the first column. So I'm just taking rs dot get int of one. In the second column, I need the title. So I'm just using rs dot get int of. You can give the name of that column, particular column. So here we have the column name title, right? So I'm just giving the title, okay, column name, or you can simply give the rs dot get string of, you can also give the number, which works for both. And if you want to retrieve the date and time, so star get string of 4. Okay, so for the last you have the actions, right? So in the TD, okay, create one hyperlink. Inside that you need to give the delete, and also you need to give the okay class like a button. So generic button, and that has been the danger, and you need to give one file address, okay, targeted file where it will pass the ID of that notification, and we'll write the code for that in the separate file. So admin notification delete .jsp, and we need to send the ID of this particular notifications. So it is nothing but rs dot get int of 1. Okay, so whatever the notification is present with this ID, it will be get deleted. So before delete, we will ask him to do you, okay, ask him to turn confirm, okay, do you want to delete, okay, do you want to delete, okay. If we click on yes, so then it will go to this admin notification delete dot page, and then it will get deleted. So it's the same like a update and delete, where we'll delete this customer by using that ID. So here let me take the include file equals to headlinks dot jsp. So here let me connect it with the database, okay, db.jsp. So we need to delete it from the database. So I'm just connecting with the database. So here, let me the exception. Okay, inside this exception, we need to print the stack trace. So inside the time, you need to retrieve that ID. Okay, you need to retrieve the whatever the notification ID you want to delete. You need to retrieve that request dot get parameter of that particular ID, and you need to write the okay prepare statement ds equals to con prepare statement. So what is a delete statement? Delete every delete from, okay, delete from notifications where NID is equal to question mark. So for this placeholder we need to set the ID. So 1 comma ID. So then we need to execute it. So it also gives a integer output. So we need to check with if r is greater than 0 or not. So if it is greater than 0, then absolutely it was deleted. So need to send the alert, okay. So alert as deleted successfully. So we need to navigate into the notifications page, include page equals to admin view notifications dot jsp. Okay, so if it is not executed, which means it was not, it's deleted. So we get the error while deleting. You can say error occur, okay, please try again. So we'll go to the application, okay. So here we are, right, in the notification and notification, okay. Let me give the project and completing soon as a notification. I click on add button, okay. So here in admin add notification, the type has to be changed from text, okay. So save that. So just refresh it and give the project update, okay, completing soon and add, okay. See the notification added successfully, and here we can retrieve the data. What happen here in the admin view notifications, Okay, here I given the integer, but it is a string. So your notification, see, you can get the all the notifications we have added, and you can also delete. When I click on the delete, do you want to delete? Okay, so deleted successfully. So it's showing nothing. So here in the case of the customers, we have written the integer, right? So integer count equal to 0. So if there is no notification, you can display it as, so there are no data found. Count if here count equal to 0. So here you can say to the user, okay, in the table itself, td no data found. Okay, no data found. So in the td you can call span. Okay, call span like 8 and use the style. So for text, align center. Okay, so your notifications, see, no data form. So this is how we are done with the today's class. Okay, we viewed the customers, we accepted the customers, we rejected the customers, and we also added the notifications. We also viewed the notifications. We also deleted that notification. So in the tomorrow, I think tomorrow is Saturday, right? So in the Monday's class, we will log in into the customers. Okay, and then we'll see how to display the notifications from the database and my profile, everything. Okay, so thank you.